gas up the Jeep, it's good to be free. Load up the pans and fishing poles. The highway is long, the wheels turning round. Pack up the cook stove and the bowls. Arlo and I, we hit the open road. Arlo and I are on the road.
Hey everybody, Arlo and I are just out and about. We're actually, we had some nice rains today, last 3 days, and we're down in this old kind of big fir forest here, and it's nice and green and wet, and we were hoping maybe we might be able to find some mushrooms, although, you know, chances are pretty slim. I think this mushroom season is mostly over, but we might find some more oyster mushrooms or something like that. That would be nice. But we're just kind of exploring a little bit in the forest here. So it's been kind of a strange monsoon season this year. Unfortunately, I think we're going to have pretty much no mushroom season. I think we had some early rains early in the summer. Kind of tricked the mushrooms, the mycelium, into thinking that it was time. And then right after that, we had several months of really dry and hot weather. So now, even though we're having some rain here, I think that they're done. Got my fingers crossed. I'm hoping that maybe we'll find something, but you know, chances are very slim. You know, if we continue to get some rain here, we might end up getting a few mushrooms, but not the mushroom season I was hoping for this year. But anyway, we are out exploring a little bit out in this moist and wet fir forest, and it's really beautiful anyway. It's a nice day to be out here. The monsoons are still going on. You can see how cloudy it is up there, but there's some really cool big old trees, and look at this big old stump right here. Look at this beautiful stump with the lichen on it. So Arlo and I are just going to look around, see what we can find, and just explore a little bit. You find anything? It is so nice and green down in here, with all the big fir trees, you know, like this, going up, and then all the moss and the mossy logs. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Pacific Northwest, but you know, our kind of a smaller version of like the redwoods. But there's some pretty big, massive trees here. This is a really massive ponderous pine right here. Look at that. It is gigantic. Going up there. Look at that. I mean, I don't know if you can see how big this is when I'm standing next to it, but it's a pretty massive tree here. And then of course there's all these Douglas firs. Oh, here's a little mushroom here. Bird buggy. But we have a lot of, see, look at this mushroom here. It's funny, I find some years I find so many mushrooms that the squirrels have found, and they put them up in the trees, and you can sometimes you look up and you look in the branches and you see little mushrooms balanced on all the branches. But look at this log over here. So beautiful and mossy. Like I said, this just all gives me kind of the Pacific Northwest vibes down here, and it's so moist. Not any other year, we would be just have tons of mushrooms here. But check this out. I don't know if you've spent any time in the redwoods out in California, This is really giving me that kind of feeling. So cool. But so moist and beautiful out here. Yeah. So pretty. Oh, good boy. What a good boy, Arlo. Yeah. Huh. All right, let's head up over here. Some more really massive Douglas firs. Yeah. Down here. These. Look at that. Oh. Yes. I love these old trees. Here's some Douglas firs and an oak tree kind of growing together. Look at that. The Douglas fir going up there, and then the big old oak tree. That's scraggly oak tree, but it's pretty massive. Huh. This is so cool. I love it when I see trees that kind of grow together like this. Like I said, this is the Douglas fir, another one back there, and growing up here to the left, and then this big old oak tree growing up to the right. You know, at some point, these two seedlings kind of were basically in the same hole and kind of grew up together. And then, you know, they've been living intertwined for, 100 years. Very, very cool. What's in here? Here we have, of course, some more fir trees, bracken fern. These are like blackberries, all growing through in here. All this thicket. And then, oh, there's Arlo up there. Look at that. Huh. So lush and beautiful. Yeah, really very few or no mushrooms at all here. It's been so dry this year. Right now it's so wet. Any other year I'd be walking down here and there'd be mushrooms everywhere. But today, nothing. I'm hoping that maybe over the next 3 or 4 days, a few mushrooms will pop up. There are some mushrooms like these wood eater mushrooms, like oyster mushrooms, which we could see some of those. And we might see a few brave pioneer mushrooms coming up at the end of summer here. So that's what we're hoping for. But, you know, it's always nice just to get out into the woods. Arlo likes to run around. And, you know, it's worth it just for that, just for the beauty of it. Some elkweed, one of my favorite plants. Let's see out here. They get like really huge, like big, massive rosettes, the elkweed. And they kind of look like, to me, cartoon, like lettuce, like in the cartoons. But then they, after a couple of years, they shoot up this stalk with these pretty cool green flowers on them. But right now, right here, these are small. Starting to see and hear a lot of hunters out and about up here, kind of scouting the areas, of course, for hunting season. Seen quite a few deer and elk running around. But gonna be soon. I'm gonna have to put on Arlo's orange vest so we can keep him safe because he's just the right color running through the woods. But we're heading up to the truck right now. I don't know where he went, but hope you enjoy this video. Not much going on, just a little scouting on my own part, looking for mushrooms. Hopefully in the next few days we'll see something. Anyway, if you like this video, please like, please subscribe. That always helps us a lot, and we will see you in the next one. All right, bye-bye. Good boy. All right, let's head up to the truck. You can see they've been doing a bunch of logging here along the roads, and you know, we have this perimeter here where it's all been logged out, and then down a little bit farther. Look at that. See how sparse and thin this is right here. You can see the markings on here. Orange, of course, being I'll not chop that one down, but you can see along the perimeter here, and then down in the sort of valley there, you can see where it's all that old growth down there where they're not touching that, which is cool. I don't really know anything about the markings that the Forest Service and the logging companies use up here. I do know that the orange ones are ones that they don't cut down. And I believe the orange ones with the two stripes here kind of shows the perimeter, the end where not to cut beyond this point, I think. Because I can see another one down there, kind of defines this whole edge of the sail. So, and then I think the ones with the blue slashes on it are the ones that they are harvesting. Pretty interesting, and I will actually next time I run across some of these guys that are doing logging here, I might ask them what the meaning of the different colors and the markings on the trees, which I think would be pretty cool. That'd be a cool video. Anyway, we'll see you next time.